host, JD. If you're new, please do consider liking, sharing, or definitely subscribing to the platform. As you saw, and the actual title, the best odds of making the FIFA World Cup 2026. All right, and we put a few names there, which is Suriname, Curacao, and Jamaica, but etc. simply means Panama and all other teams. So what we're gonna do at the front, I have a few actual squads that was listed. I'm gonna try my best to go through them, let you know the strengths and weaknesses, and then go through the matches that each sets of teams has, and explain to you what I think will happen, and come to you the odds, because that's what you have to be looking at this current point. All right, we have Kevin Jones in the building, Sean Bass in the building already. All right, so let me go fast because I think I have maximum, because now it's 2:43. I have to leave pretty much for 3:20. So I have like a solid 40 minutes. All right, so let me get this going. Omar Henry, big up yourself. Vacation. Phones JA, big up yourself. Dark Best Car, thanks for being here. All right, so anyways, let me just go through this. So Suriname released a roster 3 days ago. All right, so Suriname has Guatemala and El Salvador to play. Those are their 2 games. All right, so goalkeepers Funkel, Wanahan, and Etienne Vasson. Strong goalkeeping lineup. Because Wanahan is a capable starter to back up personnel, so that's good. Mighty Abena back brings physicality that was missed in the last one. Jovan Anderson, that could have played for Jamaica, he is in this team, and I think that he's a very good player, very educated player, technical fullback, can play inside as well, comfortable going into midfield. He adds something good to Suriname, especially in a period when they never had the right back that they needed. Dake Steele, not the biggest fan of him, but he adds physicality to the team as well. Red Sienna Apps comes in. Okay, good quality for the region. Shaquille Penas, not the biggest fan of Shaquille Penas. He's a highly rated centre-back in the region, but I think he makes too much mistakes, in my opinion. Van der Kos is one of the best playing players in the entire Concacaf region, but for some reason, Suriname slightly put ups ahead of him in terms of maybe because he's a bigger level player, but Van der Kos, he has good footballing intelligence and actual footballing qualities. So I really like Van der Kos, and maybe if he continues to play very well, they will have to force him in the team. All right, yes, big up yourself. Joseph Brown, J Saguna, Chorus so far, and we have Rach Narden as well. Thanks for being here. Yes, so that's for Van der Kos. Let me know in the comment section the Van der Kos ups battle. Yes, because Van der Kos came in the last window as the best player period in the entire competition. Yes, so now you have a Balka, very good player as well. Then you have Denzwell, looks like he's going to be much more fitter. Like his passing range, his stability that he adds to the team, and I think maybe that can easily well get Penas out of the left-hand side centre-back, so that could make them even stronger. All right, then you have Budios, Cherry showcase that he's a top man. Still one of the best midfielders in the region, period. All right, Jubitana, another solid player. Class, another solid player that comes to make their name in the region. Lone Week, which is Justin Lone Week. Then Dian Malone, always a filler of the team itself. Kenneth Paul, definitely the one that improves Suriname's team as to the stability as playing as the defensive midfielder. And then up front, you have Cheryl Labeka, Mantnor, Grot, Margaret, which I think Margaret is rapidly rising in the region. Gleafy of later, Markello, which is the new one coming in, and Messagean added to it. So Margaret, talent, super talent. Saw him the other day. I'm not sure if it was a Champions League game or something like that, but something in Europe. I was watching him, and he was very good in that game. Not very, very good. But once he's in his own little box there, sometimes he could get caught out on the defensive side. But take-ons, he has this ability. He's not fast, but he has this ability to just actually pass people. Um, I think Margaret might be the skillest player in this team, and he might actually be the skillest player in this World Cup qualifiers. Because I had him as a skillest player based on the games that he played overall. But when I saw him in Europe, I was impressed as well. Because he's dealing with, yes, go ahead, Eagles. I was watching the game. But he's dealing with higher caliber players than the Concacaf region. And he just looks the same level of skill as to what I saw him did in Concacaf. So I guess keep it up, my youth. You're showing me that maybe you're pushing even Cheryl Rebecca, to be honest. So that is the line, the one for Suriname. So Suriname, let me go to their listing, and then we can get to the final conversation. So Suriname, let me give you Suriname games, and then we give you the odds, and then we can move on to the other teams. All right. All right. So Suriname game is El Salvador, the first one in Suriname. I do think that they're the favorites, every favorites in that one. I am going with Suriname winning that one, 3-1. All right. And then Guatemala away, Suriname. I think that's going to be a dead even game. That's going to be a dead even game. Suriname can get the win because it's a dead even game, but I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a draw, and that would put Suriname on 4 points. 4 points, which would get them 10 points. And then obviously Panama has the same individuals to play. And I think Panama will have 4 points as well, because they're gonna beat El Salvador, and they're gonna draw with Guatemala. Guatemala will get 2 draws in this window, and I think it's actually going to be 4 points apiece. So Suriname and Panama will end on 10 points this for the World Cup qualifiers, and it's going to be goal difference making the difference. El Salvador, I think Panama can beat El Salvador more than 3 as well. So that in itself will cause some problems right there. So the odds I will give Suriname to make it through, I will give them like around 40%. 40% out of 100. I will give them 40%. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Panama, I think I'm going to give Panama 40 as well, equally as Suriname. So 40-40 a piece, and Guatemala gets like 15% chance to me, in my opinion, because Guatemala has to face 2 very good juggernaut at this point in their group. And they are not favorites over none of them. So I think I will give Guatemala 15 to 20%. And then Panama and Suriname 40% apiece. So anyways, now let me move on to the next group, which is going to be the 80 group, because we have to go a little bit faster. So 80 group, 80 group is still tight as well. I think most of the groups are 80 and 5 points, Costa Rica and 6, Honduras on 8. So Honduras going into the final game. Honduras has Nicaragua and Costa Rica. I think Honduras will struggle with Nicaragua, but I have a feeling that they're going to still win. I have a feeling that they're going to still win. They're going to still win that game, put them on 11 points. But I actually think that Costa Rica is going to beat Honduras on the final day in Costa Rica. All right. So that said, Costa Rica has 80. I think that can easily be a draw or win for Costa Rica. But I'm going to say Costa Rica might just win against 80. So with that said, I am going to give Costa Rica, even though they're on 6 points, I am going to give them the edge to top the group. I'm going to give them the edge to top the group. And the only reason why is because they are going to have Honduras on the final day. And to be honest, they're better than Honduras. To be honest, yes, they were just unlucky in this qualifiers so far. They have played some of the better football, but not finishing. Yeah, but some of the better football. So Honduras still gets a good amount. I give Honduras a solid 35% because they have to beat Costa Rica on the final day to make it through. You understand me? And um that is my thing right there. Kieran says, JD, I think that Guatemala will win Panama. They are training since 31st of October. Yeah, but sometimes, quality really tells the difference, All right. And I do believe that Panama has some quality players that they're not going to lay down. All right. They're not going to lay down. Guatemala is a good team. Don't get me wrong. All right. But the other teams are good teams as well. And they are playing. They might not be training with each other, but they're playing quality football in high level leagues. All right. And we keep on downplaying that. But that counts. That counts. So 80 have a slim chance. I will give 80 around 5% chance of making it. 80 really slipped up in the last window, especially against Honduras. If they had gotten something from that Honduras game, clearly, maybe that 5% would have easily well turned into 15 to 20%. All right. Yes, 80 is going to have a tough time. But tell you what, the process that 80 going through, I think they have no problem if they don't make this World Cup. They don't look at things that way. They are going to still open their doors to get as much quality players because that's how. I think they are knowledgeable. They are knowledgeable. They are not people that base things in some little fantasy. I like what they're doing and they are embracing it. You don't have to reach there instant. It's a process. You understand me? Yeah. So, but the reality is Costa Rica and Honduras have a better chance than 80, in my opinion. All right. And then now we have Curacao, Jamaica, and Trinidad. All right. 1 second. All right. So let me get that one now. All right. So this is the final group. So you have Jamaica, Curacao, and Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad on 5 points, Curacao on 8 points, and Jamaica on 9 points. Right. Trinidad and Tobago has Jamaica to play first, and then Bermuda to play second. All right. So Trinidad and Tobago on 5 points can only finish on 11. All right. So Trinidad and Tobago, the game against Jamaica. Just as when I was going into the first game, I said that's a 50-50 game. I will say that it's still a 50-50 game. This one again, I think it's still a 50-50 game. I don't think Jamaica is better than Trinidad at all. I think the similar way as if because I think Jamaica might have a slightly better rounded squad than Trinidad. You understand me? But Trinidad plays better football than Jamaica. And to be honest, Trinidad play better football than everybody in the group so far. Because the best footballing team we should have gotten in the group should have been Curacao. But Curacao keeps on fading later in the games. So the most impressive team by playing the football so far would have to go to Trinidad. So I would say based on that, Jamaica have the better rounded squad. The most impactful player would still be the one on Trinidad's team, all right, which is Levi Garcia. I think even if Leon Bailey comes, Damara Gray, Levi Garcia will be the most effective player. I actually think he's the best player out of the entire group. Before the group started, I said I think he was going to be the best player. And out of every game that I've seen, I think he's the best player. He's the most complete player there. Yes. So, but after that, the problem is Jamaica have other smaller players that are higher level than Trinidad players. So if they can all play good, they can beat Trinidad in Trinidad. But if they do drop off and play subpar, I do believe that they are going to be in problems there, and it's going to be a little bit more challenging. So 50-50 I'm going to give. I would not be surprised if it's a draw, and a draw would take Trinidad out of the conversation, because that means Trinidad would only can finish on what I would say that's 5-6. So 9 points Trinidad could finish on right there. and then Jamaica would have already be on 10. So they only could fight for a confed spot and hoping that Curacao wouldn't get any more points. You get me? So that's the only thing. So the only thing Trinidad can do on that day is to beat Jamaica, nothing else, just to beat Jamaica, and then they know that they're going to try and beat Bermuda, which we surely believe that they are going to beat Bermuda as well. So I think the main game for them is just to beat Jamaica, and I think it's a 50-50 game going in. So with that said, a 50-50 game with Jamaica and their game against Bermuda, we have to still factor in the other games. So let we go through the other games and then we come to our final breakdown. All right. Bless up, everyone that's coming in the stream. Massive respect as you come in. Please do it, like button, share, and subscribe. All right. Yes. So Curacao now. Curacao has Jamaica last and Bermuda Bermuda first and Jamaica last. So I think Curacao will beat Bermuda more comfortable this time. As what I said, I heard what the Bermuda coach said, that he's going to try and knock out someone else, which would kind of be, because I'm just waiting to see the squad that he picks, because for the last Jamaica game he had everybody available and they chose to not go for everybody. They don't lose their squad. So you see, if I see that, I do see them go for a stronger squad this time. I would not be surprised if people talk about match fixing people. I said it in my last video, around a month ago, around a couple weeks ago, when people inside the chat telling me that the coach said he's going to hurt somebody's feelings and make somebody don't qualify. I think he has to stand on his own, give the young kids them as much minutes, play the same squad as to what they played against Jamaica and Trinidad. Just run it the same way, get some more reps on their belt. Don't try to go for the other better players them when you don't tools for other games. You understand me? That because that would come off as match fixing. All right. And I said it from before, you know. So you see if if they did so and it comes to match fixing, people cry for match fixing, make sure you come back and say this is the first channel you heard it on. Because once he made that statement, you know, I'm saying, oh, that makes sense. So you couldn't disrupt people's World Cup hopes before, or you just figured out that you can disrupt people's World Cup hopes now. anyways, the destroyer of the World Cup hopes will be coming, which is Bermuda. I don't believe that's going to be the case. I think that yes, JD. Yes, I heard what he said. And that's why I said it out before. I said that sounds like match fixing. That sounds like you're trying to aid the next team. All right. And the only team you're not playing, sadly, it will be Jamaica. And this is not me saying these things to people. This is what this man said. This is the coach said that. So if he's going to upset someone's dream, it has to be he's in favor of supporting Jamaica. God. So you see, people, it's not me just making up stories, you know. This is literally what he said, you know. And that it'll come off like he's match fixing for Jamaica. Because who else you're going to do a favor? You're not playing Jamaica? No, I'm just asking you guys, because sometimes people think that I do think out of the box and I'm weird. But you just listen, put everything in context and hear what the guy said. And who is not playing, and what he picked for his squad when he had everybody available and choose to not select them, then came and made that statement. Now, all I'm saying is, people, I've always looked further along. So if you see that conversation come up, it is a valid conversation. Very, very much valid conversation. Then we have Nostalgia in the building, Sack Passe, big up yourself, Warrior in the building, big up yourself, thanks for being here, massive respect. I'm just bringing that to you, so if you see that argument in the future, you can say, okay, JD did brought that up. But anyways, I don't think it's gonna work. That's my honesty. I don't think it's going to work. Bermuda squad is out. It is much weaker than the last squad. He has included younger players. Okay, thank you very much, Nitro. And that's what I would hope for. And let him just play hard and win with the other guys then. You know, don't go for the Knockwells and all of those guys, you know. JD eating well, man getting junky. Oh, you mean I'm getting junky? I'm just in a blue shirt. What are you talking about? All right. I'm not getting junky. I am very, very much the same weight. I am literally 2 kilos less than my last weight when I did my last live stream, which not the last one, but the one before that. Oh no, a month ago. All right, I am 2 kilos less blood. So what are you talking about, man? Getting chunky, and that is 4.4 pounds. I am less. Okay. So I'm not getting chunky, all right, junky or whatever you call it, all right? Yes. Anyways, so clearly the fixtures here favors man say you get fat. No, listen to me, please. Let me not take this guy. We only have 18 more minutes to go, so I guess I've been saved by the bell. All the last game will be playing at the same time, which is important as well. Yes, that is important as well. Yeah. So Curacao, Bermuda, I think Bermuda will lose both games. They are going to still play their good football because I think they're a very good footballing team. I like the way they play. They do lack qualities in certain areas. They need to improve on that. Wing areas, I thought that they were very good. Maybe some of the best entries in the entire group, especially over the left-hand side. That guy is very, very skilled. Very, very skilled. Caused every team equal amount of problems, you know? Yes. And create maybe the most chances in the entire window from a player, which is ridiculous. You know, because we ain't talking about him like that, you know, skill player. So definitely maybe the next window they are going to look better, but I don't think it's going to be the next World Cup qualifiers, but I don't think for this one. Good morning, how you doing, man? Yeah, man, massive respect, Jack Joe, man, yeah. Pero, I don't think I've seen that human being from, I think I've blocked him myself. I've blocked him from my channel, you know? I've blocked him myself, you know, so I don't think you have to mention him anymore because I've not spoken to him and I've blocked him and I've moved on, you know. You realize I'm doing things completely different. TEDx, a big of yourself, thanks for being here. So definitely I would say that Jamaica have the hardest window because they have to play the two top teams coming through. 50-50. Jamaica can win because it's a 50-50 game. In Trinidad, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, people. It's gonna be tough. Big up yourself, determined. Thanks for being here. It's gonna be tough. I want to say because Jamaica is already in the lead, so Jamaica is on 9 points. Ooh. So if Jamaica get a draw and a goddamn. I want to see the people. Ooh. I think Jamaica's chances to make this actual World Cup would be close to 40%. Because we are calculating that everyone will beat Bermuda, you know? And if we do that, I think 40%. 40%. Ooh. I am going to 40% for Jamaica. 40% out of 100 are 45 because remember they have the lead and you have to give credit to points on the board already. Points on the board already is important here because you never know what fluke will happen. We just know that the next team is far better than the next team. You understand me? But yeah, we expect Curacao to go to 11 points. So with that said, I think Jamaica might draw down at Trinidad. You have a high chance of drawing down at Trinidad. They can win the game just like Trinidad can win the game as well. So I actually believe that Jamaica ain't better than Curacao. I actually believe that, in my honest opinion. So that's why I think it's going 40% between. Because true, Curacao will get the 3 points from Bermuda. It's going to put them on 11 points, while Jamaica might go into that game behind on 10 points, and they needed to win the game, not a draw. And then because Curacao and Jamaica are on the same level, I think that they can play for a draw just the same. and they can literally win the game inside Jamaica as well. So my take is Jamaica and Curacao 40% apiece. Yes, I already did Suriname and we did Haiti, we did Suriname, we did Panama so far. It's Jamaica, Curacao, Trinidad. So I am giving it's just a slight chance of giving Trinidad. Trinidad gets 5%. Trinidad gets 5%, people. Let me know how much you give Trinidad. 5% I'm giving Trinidad. And I'm giving Jamaica 45%. Let me give Jamaica 45% because Jamaica has 1 point edge now. But I think that's going to drop off when they play Trinidad. I actually believe so. I think it's going to be a draw. That's what I'm looking at. And it can easily swing to a loss as well. So it all comes down to what they're going into final game with. But I'm gonna still put Jamaica 40 because we're giving Trinidad only 5 points. So if we give Trinidad 5 points, you have 95 points to play with. All right. So we can't. You know what? 40% is 45% for Jamaica. Let me give Jamaica 45% and give Curacao the 40%. I don't believe it, I don't believe it. I think it's equally 40% too. And you know that once I think so, you know it more likely goes so. But I am going, because I don't want any war, I'm going to give Jamaica the 45%. Inside, we're not yard. You're mad. Okay, all right. Curacao only play first half games. Yes, but they might actually win the game in the first half against Bermuda. All right. So Jason, give Trinidad the 5%. He gives the Trinidad the 5%, and then take the whole of the other percentage to share between Jamaica and Curacao. All right, so Jason's comment is 47.5% for Jamaica and 47.5% for Curacao and 5% for Trinidad. So he agrees on the 5%, but he says we can't leave no percentage on the board. I agree, 40% for me as well. Yeah, man, I think, but Jamaica is better than Curacao. God damn. So how can you agree to 40% both a piece, but you're saying that Jamaica is better than Curacao? Boy, oh boy. Better you tell me that Jamaica is better than Curacao, and it's 50% for Jamaica qualifying, and that's it. All right, JD, we need your 45%. We have to share out of the 100, and Curacao and Jamaica have similar odds to go through because one of an easy team to play, which will give them the 3 points. So that would take them on 11 points, and then Jamaica have to go and beat Trinidad, which if you look at the last game, I want to say that we have to say all 3 games Trinidad played against Curacao and Jamaica, Trinidad was better than all of them in every game. So what let me talk about Trinidad a little bit, people. I don't think they should fire the coach, because I think this coach proved that he's a better coach than everybody else in this group, Dwight York. Dwight York might be the best coach in this group, because he doesn't have the best squad, And I can tell you, people, Trinidad was better than Jamaica and better than Curacao in all the games. So I'm very sorry. I heard people saying they need to fire Dwight York. Brother, Dwight York did his job. Players should have just done their damn job and take their chances. You understand? Because, to be honest, they should have been on full points and win every game and qualify for the World Cup already. They were the better playing team. You get me? So, they don't... It's a bad luck. I think they got the bad luck of the games. I have to be honest. They get the bad luck of the games. They could have easily be on what? They could have easily be on 7 more, 3 points against Jamaica and 4 points against Curacao because they got 2 points against Curacao. They could have already be on 7 more points and should be on 7 more points because they were the better team in every one of those games. So I think they should stay with him. They should stay with him and let him get, like how they change their rules to getting overseas players. Get some good overseas players and give him a true chance. Don't fight him out and then put back Angus in the game because Angus ain't a coach. Angus is just a madman. Sorry, my language. So why we not cost Jamaica players and give Steve credit? No, Steve, no. Steve not good at football, brother. Jamaica should have dominated the games them. And Jamaica not dominate no game. So why we give the credit to the coach is because we think that Trinidad's team is a less quality team than Jamaica. Jamaica getting the points them based off the solely individual, no tactics, just Kadamatir run and what the big guy named Trinidam accidentally give Kadamatir the ball and he puts it in the net. That didn't have anything to do with coaching, Jason. That is just simple. Kadamatir is just a high level brain cell human beings and he calculated that he's going to make a step and he did that. The coach, the coach said after. The coach literally said after he missed his striker from the JPL. So what credit I can give that man when I think he doesn't have a brain cell, you know? Why we should dominate when we players not playing or unformed? No, but they're still better. They're still better. Some of Trinidad players ain't playing either. You understand me? Some of Curacao players, a few of them, not playing either. You understand me? So they should be dominating just the same. All right? And my point is, the coach now have no sense. Simple. He missed his striker in the JPL because it looks like he has to put everybody with no brain cell on the pitch at the same time. And I've always said that, maybe that is the best actual team that they can feel because the coach them not no sense. So the players them should have no sense as well. And nobody can read people in no sense because nobody knows what they're going to do on the field. I remember 6 years ago, I was watching a game, USA versus Jamaica, and the coach literally said, and the analysts them said they don't know what Jamaica is going to do because Jamaica don't know what they're going to do. So you can't plan for it. I think these overseas guys coming in, you can plan for them because they are playing professional football, so you can plan for them. You can plan for them because you know what they're going to do. When you see some people, you know that their brain cell is extremely low. But they have one ability, they just put them on the field. And by the time you figure it out, they accidentally put a ball in the goal. You understand me? Yes. People, that's why I've always gone with history, and give you the facts and stuff, So my point is of this video, Jamaica gets GSC said 47.5, Curacao 47.5. Determined says Jamaica is better than Curacao, but he's giving them 40% apiece just the same. Stuart should get call G-Mills, all right? G-Mills, Stuart is playing in a high-level league. Yes, I heard that Leon Bailey was injured again. I was watching him. I watched the game when he came on and got subbed off back again. And then I watched the next game of him because I wanted to see what was the problem. Yeah. Earl Banjo, big up yourself. Hope all is well. Then we have our brother in the house. Big up yourself. Massive respect. Pero said, JD, you're forgetting the 12th man in that JA Trinidad game. Oh, the 12th man? No, man. No. Trinidad was a better team in the game, brother. Yeah, just like the Curacao game. Yes, I think we can't lie, brother. We both Jamaica and Trinidad got all the points that they needed, but we can't talk the truth. Trinidad is very unlucky, so they shouldn't fire their coach because I actually think he showcased that he learned something in school and his ideas are actually coming off. Just the players them feel him. That's all I have to say. I'm not picking up for the right yard, but I think he showcased that he could turn out into a good coach. That's all I'm saying. Jamaica just need to put in a professional output and we'll be okay. All right, Warrior, no problem. I'm not talking about crowd. The game is sold already. Okay. I am not getting into those things. All right. Jimmy said, you're far now, JD. No. Gmails, everything that I've just said is factual. I told you about what people said about a team in Jamaica 6 years ago, and I can go back 12 years ago. So every six years, when the team, and you know what? Let me put this into to make sure it's sealed. The coach, because I remember Damien Lowe tell we on an interview, said Tapa tell him, and the team just go out there and roll some leather. And the coach tell we. So that means the analysis them that wasn't wrong, Gmails. Because the coach said him, they know him I do. Just go out there and play some football. Just roll some leather. And the analysts them said them not see nothing. Them not see no pattern or nothing at all. These are all actual statements. So how can I go too far? Or maybe I need to make your ego feel good, stroking the ego. Because everything that I've just said is facts, you know. The coach, where the coach at the time tell you, say go out there and roll some ball and bust net. And the low tell you the same thing. Roll some ball, bust net. And the people them tell you say, them not think this team know what them I do. That makes perfect sense because if you have to roll some ball and bust net, more likely you're not doing anything more determined, Gmails. So it's closer to what analysts them actually saw. They don't see any no pattern of play or anything at all. So I'm just saying maybe that was always the best Jamaican team because at least people have to be figuring them out on the field. They don't know what they truly bring until they got surprised on the field. I think Jamaica won a lot of games because nobody knows nothing about these players and they don't believe that the players know what they're doing on the field either because they said it publicly. It's not me making up stuff. So I'm just saying maybe they need to go with that attitude of just picking a bunch of people that nobody knows and maybe you can get a surprise factor. So go for 11 JPL players that nobody knows and try see they might be good and it might actually work out. That's what I'm saying. I've called for that for 2 years, you know, because I heard that maybe that's what we need because other men play with more art and sleeves and all sort of stuff. So I've always said, just pick the man them and put them on the field because nobody knows them. Nobody watches their league, so it's hard to scout for them. So you will get that surprise factor. You understand me? Yes. So I think that could be a next way. The coach look like he's up for it, you know, people. You know, because he always says that his players them are not educated in football, but they have more art, and he like that. Remember, this is what the coach said out of his mouth, you know. Gmails, listen to me good. I am just repeating what the coach said. He says his players are not educated. The local players, them not educated. But they bring more art than the English players. Them. That's what he says, you know. It's not me making up stories. So you see all my points I'm leading up. So pick who you think that can go there and do whatever you think is best and get the job done. I am here to support any team. It doesn't matter which team Jamaica put out there. I am going to be supporting it just the same. So you are the coach. Whatever you think is the best, just do the damn best thing. You know, yes, the extra, because every time I hear that coach, I'm telling you people, if I'm glad that I'm not in Jamaica because I would have done him something bad, not good, very, very bad. So I'm glad that I'm in my area, that I can just stay in peace because I just think he's just making it bad for Jamaica. And he's not a good coach at all. He's terrible, you know. He's terrible. Every press conference is the worst press conference I've ever heard from a human being. He has no... Yeah, man, I'm telling the people, I'm just hoping that Jamaica qualifies, you know, so I can have something to celebrate. And I would love for either Suriname, Curacao go to the Confed side and qualify as well. So I have a lot of games to cover, you know. Yeah, man. And I hope they fire him if they qualify. Yes. My first video, if they qualify, if they should get rid of the coach. And try find somebody to take Jamaica team forward. You know, really find somebody to take Jamaica team. So my first video after they qualify is to get rid of coach. You understand me? So we can get to do something at the World Cup. All right? Because I can tell you, blood, after that qualification, it's going to be a shopping window. So you might as well just celebrate Argentina, celebrate Brazil, when the World Cup starts, because it's a shop window, blood. Just fire him. Once he qualify, fire him, blood. You know, once the team fire him and just hire a big coach. They said this coach is for the next 6 years. So not just going through this World Cup, but to take us to the next World Cup as well. You know, whether we qualify or don't, is the first. Yes. Jason, if they don't qualify, that is the video bill from the night. You just fire him now. Yeah, JD, you're gone Belgium with your bad man. Yeah, man, I tell you, Joe, man, every time you hear the man, I say, that boy, I say, man, that boy is a slave master, That's what do him something, yeah, man, but they are one game away, no, 2 games away. So, as a Trini JD, Jamaica are in position to qualify. I can't see them messing this one up. Boy, Pero, you have a virgin name, what's his name again? Jamaican Guna. He said around 4 years Jamaican Guna walk around and tell me that the greatest thing in Jamaica is the JFF find ways to mess things up. 4 years Jamaican Guna keep on tell me that. I'm a call him the other day and I said, Jamaican Guna, oh, you think it's set? You think me can be a little bit delusional now, and try support, think that the team are going to qualify. Jamaican Guna say, boy, wait until it reach the last game and it reach 60 minutes. Stay exactly how you is, my brother, because the JFF always find ways to mess things up, So even the man that is seriously believing that Jamaica, because Jamaica going to build him song already, for Jamaica, so he want Jamaica going and desperately want Jamaica go to the World Cup. But he's just saying blood. Yeah, 60 is too. No. If they are leading 1-0, Curacao, no. If it's 2-0, Jessica, nobody can tell me so I can't celebrate, I think maybe that's the only point you will see my professionalism kind of go away. But if it's not 60 minutes 2-0, blood, if 85 minutes and a 1-0, brother, that whistle have to blow. The final whistle have to blow before I believe nothing. Because remember, that would have meant that Jamaica would have been on 10 points or 11 points and Curacao. Hold on. Jamaica would have been on 10 points and Curacao would have been on 11. I am waiting on the last whistle to blow blood. JD, you mean the 91st minute? No, but I'm saying if a 2-0 and Jamaica leading, I loosen up a little bit, because I need to get in the vibes of celebrating when the game finished. I can't just turn it off instant and celebrate, You have to get in the mood a little bit. So it has to be 2-0. It can't be no 1-0 or down 1-0. If I down 1-0, brother, my face tough like steel. Big up yourself, Art of Love. Yeah, man. So people, the chances are up there for anybody. I think Curaçao's chances is just as good as Jamaica, if not higher. Because they have an easier team to play and Jamaica have a harder team. So maybe going into this one, going into the 2 games in Curaçao's odds might be slightly higher because they can go on more points because Jamaica have a better chance to lose against Trinidad than Curacao has to lose against Bermuda, and a high chance to draw against Trinidad. You understand me? So that maybe slightly give, honest reporting, maybe it would have slightly give Curacao the edge going into the final game. So that would have made Curacao getting slightly the edge. So if Jamaica get 43, Curacao would have gotten 45. That's how it would have looked at. But I can understand because we gave Jamaica the equal as Curacao. If it goes 2-1, might have to pour the champagne back into the bottle. So hold on, yeah, pop the champagne at 2-0 and you try to scrape it up off the ground. All right. So people, take on the time. We still say next week we're going to try and build a video together. I'm going to get to the individual that we wanted to get the products them down to the affected areas if everything will go as planned. Yes, I still have to reach out to those people because they work. And we have to come to an understanding because they are doing Jamaica a favor, and maybe we still have to pay them, but I'm going to work out some things, all right? Yes. Gmail said, still a rug rat them. Big up yourself, Gmail. What we want to know, you're going to always have running belly, headache, and your ego is top notch. And that is Gmail's people. People, if you just come in, please do it, like, want to share and subscribe. I told you I cannot pass 50 minutes and I'm 4 minutes to reach to the gate. So take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. This was just a informative video to give you the odds and all the possible breakdown looks and all of those things. And we think this video was very good. Everyone has a good you know, not my whole war. JD, my duns. Me no know maths or Gmails. You don't need to say that about yourself, my brother. All right, so Jesus, people, when you take care of yourself, and somebody go tie up Gmails. May I beg you, please, and tape up his mouth as well, and him fingernails, so him can't press. The sensitivity in his fingernails can't touch the screen. You know, so big up yourself, Gmails.